And we're live. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. It's Sunday. Let everyone come in. For those of you watching after the live chat, thanks for coming by and watching. We're going to keep this live stream short tonight. I've got a sinus infection. I'm doing a lot better, but I'm not going to stay on too long in case I get a coughing fit going or a sneeze attack. David Budiger. Burkhalter, forgive me. Back again. I'm glad you showed up for the premiere. That was pretty fun. Yeah, we got an incredible amount of Fatwood, and I got it all right here. I like it so much, I don't want to put it away. I'm looking forward to going back to those woods again. For those of you who might have missed it, Linda Campbell sent me some Fatwood a few weeks ago, and she's a new YouTuber, and she makes things out of Fatwood. She goes out and finds Fatwood in Alabama, and she's got a channel called Linda Campbell, and she changed her name to Linda Campbell Fatwood Art. Hey, Rose. Hey, Crabtree. Almost called you Rose. Oh, good. The furnace turned off. Now I sound a little better. So she sent me that handle that she made on her lathe. She sent me some nice stuff. She sent me another box this weekend, and she gave me a big chunk of her famous pork-bellied Fatwood. And I sent her a box in return. And I gave her a piece of Fatwood big enough to turn on her lathe. She's only used to Alabama Fatwood. She's new to Fatwood, so I made sure to send her plenty of Scotch pine and red pine here from Michigan because it's so much softer. She turned around and made me a handle with it. So I'd like to share that with you. She did a beautiful job. This is out of my Michigan Gold high octane red pine. And she turned that with her lathe and sent it back to me. And she put a hole in it for a ferro rod. So I thought that was pretty awesome. The stuff she makes is pretty cool. She made this out of her pork-bellied Fatwood. It really does. It's some pretty incredible stuff. Let's see, I got that light behind me. But there we go. So I thought, how cool. She turns around and sends me a huge chunk of it. Look at the size of this piece. It's beautiful. And it's so resinous. It's almost like I need the light on the other side, but looks pretty good, don't it? I'm pretty excited about this. And it's got the old cut on top, which is even better. You know, you got your cut, but if it's with an old cut, there's more likely to be more resin up here. You can even see a pine knot in it. I'm pretty proud to own me a piece of Linda Campbell pork belly Fatwood. This stuff is incredible. I thought, how cool is that? I was not expecting that. Thank you, Linda, by the way. She even sent me a strip of bacon, too. That looks like a chunk of yellow pine I got in Texas. It could be. You never know. We'll have to ask her sometime. But I sure like it. Can't believe she took my red pine and made me a handle. Too cool. that back there. Let's see if I can lift this one without breaking myself. I really like this piece. Oh man, I forgot to get out the other piece. I got an even better piece than this put away in the back room. Let's see if we get up under the light, you can see the color better. But I think that's all it's going to do for zooming in. Most of you saw the video and got a few looks at it. I got this one. I think that's a bit steep for a price. I probably put it lower than that, but I put 31 bucks on this piece. I think I might have put it up for 29. I got a way better piece than this. I love this stuff. I know I'm gonna probably create an avalanche, but here goes nothing. There we go. Not too bad. Let's see how this camera does with this piece. Ain't that something? There's going to be a lot of fatwood hunting in this area. I'm going to be fatwood hunting a lot this year in the same parts, because this is really nice fatwood. A couple Fatwood Anonymouses ago, I said I was going to start selling the pieces because I do so much processing of fatwood that I end up with a lot of chunks and pieces. So I took these fancy little cellophane bags and I just slapped $2 on them. If anyone ever wants one, I got the link to my store in the description. I know some of you aren't domestic and it costs quite a bit. But I've been making use out of these extra chunks. So how many of you follow me on Facebook? Because Rita's going bonkers again on the camera tripod. You just going to move it around, are you? I got a cat now. Meow. So this piece of fatwood here, all right, I get a lot of these where you take your stick of fatwood and you cut the top off, and usually I'll discard it. Sometimes you'll get a perfect piece like that with lots of resin in it. And I wandered over to my neighbor's house. We were just hanging out, and I'm sitting in the window, and yeah, I had this with me. I had to show off a little bit. And the sun started to go down, and then it was at a nice angle, and it was shining right into her window onto this piece, and it just lit right up. That's where I come up with that idea of setting this on that glass ashtray, and I put a cigarette behind it, so the cigarette smoke was going up. And it looked exactly like a cigar, and it looked all lit up. It was actually kind of purplish in color. Let's see if I can replicate that for those of you who haven't seen my Facebook posts or Instagram. Here we go. See if we can get it to do it. There we go. There we go, right there. Ain't that something? How it just lights up like that. Almost looks purple. Probably blinding you. I'm not too sure about this new webcam. Thanks, Steve Borg. So, like I said, I just wanted to do a short live stream tonight. Got getting over a sinus infection. We started fatwood hunting last Sunday, and then we went out again on Monday. and I've had a bit of congestion since then, so I've been trying to stay indoors. It's not easy. We've been getting some nice weather, except for that ice storm. Saw a lot of your guys' posts for that ice storm. That was something. Vanessa Kitty, hi. Good to see you. So, last Wednesday night we're having this ice storm, and I had to pick my son up at 10 o'clock at night. And I don't like going out on the roads during an ice storm, but I went out and I fired up my car, let it warm up before I go pick up my boy. And I shut the door to my car, and that must have set off some vibrations, because all of a sudden I heard this avalanche of ice coming my way. And all I could think of was my big dead elm tree out back. Thought it might get to me, so I was running for the door. Turned out we had an avalanche of branches come down, almost partly in my yard, mostly in the neighbors, and took out the shed. That was a heck of an ice storm. I got my son home and got back myself. My son is now in Los Angeles, and they're having blizzards, which is crazy. My son left on the Amtrak Friday morning, and he took the Amtrak to Chicago and hopped a plane out from O'Hare to LAX. He likes to play in the Digimon tournaments, and so he's out at the Nationals and should be home tomorrow night. But he's gotten pretty serious into that. What are you doing? You're playing with the camera. There it goes. You're busted. It don't work for you, Rita. You're too short. So yeah, I really like these new places that we're going fatwood hunting, and I'm looking forward to going back any chance I can get. I got other news that's pretty interesting. Got this lady that bought a raw pine knot. A pine knot. Bought a pine knot from me on my Etsy store, and I remember her saying I was the only one selling raw pine knots, and that she needed it for a 1772 reenactment, not the war or nothing like that. Anyway, some kind of festival, and they needed a pine knot to demonstrate. Gosh, I need to look this stuff up if I'm going to tell the story. I need to look this up for sure. She got a hold of me again. She wants more pine knots for, do any of you know about this? It's called Pine Knotterville in Pennsylvania. Let's see if I can find this lady. I got this 78-year-old lady wanting some pine knots from me for Pine Knotterville this summer. So I've been going through and finding my best pine knots. I give her incredible discount because this is something for learning. She's trying to teach people about pine knots. What was it called? Northumberland, Pennsylvania. So pretty cool. What's she saying? Celebrating 50th anniversary of Pine Knotter Days, and it's a great time to educate the people from the town about pine knots, and was wondering if she could buy pretty much wholesale so she can sell them and raise money for the event and teach people. So I feel pretty privileged to be a part of that, and really looking forward to sending her some pieces. Of course, I'll be sending her, pine knots cut in half so you can see the resin inside. But this is what I mean by pine knots. I've even taken some of the smallest ones and drilled holes in them. I'll be buying some more paracord to make necklaces, and I'll ship her out a couple large flat rate boxes come summertime. I've also when you're learning about pine knots, most of you know what a knot hole is in a wall. So, kind of like a donut, you got your donut holes, right? So that's pretty much, I consider that an important learning tool. So I'll certainly include those into her package. But when you're learning about pine knots, this is a big part of it because this is what you see in your ceilings and in your wood. Sometimes they fall out. I've got knotty pine cathedral ceilings in my front room and in my den. So I'm pretty excited that she's reached out to me again. I'm trying to remember the name of the lady that saved the town and rode into night. She rode out into the night with only a lit pine knot. Let me see if I can find the story on her. Like I said, this live stream won't be long because of my sinus infection. I'll lose my voice after a while. All right, let's try this one more time. See if I can get the name of that woman. It's the name of the lady that's famous for lighting her way with a pine knot. She doesn't say her name here. Many people saw the large pine knot that helped them understand that it could have been used at night when a woman was carrying clothing to Washington's men at Valley Forge. I wish I could find the name of that lady. I think it's cool that people want to teach each other. She's an old lady. Didn't get a notice again. No kidding. Yeah, sometimes YouTube will just send notifications out and everybody comes, and sometimes YouTube doesn't. Did you catch a cold or have you been snorting fatwood dust again? I've got a sinus infection. That's why I won't be live very long tonight. I only planned on coming up for 30 minutes. Ever since I went out in the woods last Sunday, I've had a bit of a sinus infection and a cough. Sometimes it feels like I jumped in the pool and there's water up my nose, but it don't go away. Like some people whose ears ringing never goes away. That's how I feel sometimes. Oh, you don't have to remind me, Steve. I always think about you when I get any kind of congestion. I get out the tea tree oil. You know, I could put some in here, huh? I probably shouldn't put any in this one, but I try to keep it humidified in here. Let's see if it'll follow me or the steam. Hey, not bad. Hi. Yeah, get a load of this fatwood, man. I gotta go put it all away. I wonder how many pounds total I got here. We should calculate it all up. Let's see here. We got 4 pounds and 7.4 ounces on this one. Let's see here. We got 1 pound and 4.3 ounces on that one. This beautiful piece right here. Come on, Cameron. Come on up. 1 pound, 2 ounces. Got some big whoppers under here. Don't be surprised if it all comes crashing down. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. You can't hurt that table. 2 pounds, 10.8 ounces. That's a heck of a knot right there. It's got its own knot in it right there. And it's blood red, super red. This one here, we still got some of the bark on it. That one's got a knot in it too. pound and 14, almost 2 pounds. Been having fun with this stuff. It's too bad you can't see all that resin right there. Maybe if I hold it up to the light. Yeah, make it glow a little bit. And then I got 2 more pieces I gotta show. If I can get them out of there. They're too buried. I haven't decided how I'm gonna store these things. They're probably gonna all go standing face up with the labels in a 5-gallon bucket. My Fatwood stays pretty dry out in the carport. I got some pretty good bins. She thinks about me when she's got a snotty nose. Yep. It's the truth. This one looks really cool. I'd like to get more Fatwood like this. This one really stands out on my store. Let's see here. It's got those wormholes in it. Yeah, that's a pretty cool piece. This stuff is so iridescent. I usually get my Michigan Gold high octane red pine over at Kimball Pines down here. I'm about done picking from there because they've hauled off all the dead trees and they're fixing the park up and it's looking real nice out there. I pretty much picked it clean anyways from all the dead trees before they hauled them off. I'm going to start fetching my Fatwood 1 county north of me because this stuff is a bit deeper, richer, older, and it's incredible. I hope to find a place where I get good knots on the ground that are real decorative. I miss finding those. This pine knot, I kicked it off. It was, let's see, a tree had been cut. And so this is an old cut, and I kicked it off the corner of the log. And yeah, the light just don't work in my favor. Here we go. Let's try that. Now you can see it. Now you can see my mess over there too. Yeah. This stuff is incredible. I appreciate you guys following me and watching and seeing what I come up with. Because I'm not giving this up. This is just too much fun. And I can't believe how much support I get and how many people I have come to my store. It's really nice. I honestly didn't expect to make sales after a few months. I figured it'd piddle out. But it's keeping me very busy. Yeah, humidifier. What the heck? Back behind you, right? Shoulder smoking? Oh, yeah, that's the humidifier. Steve says I need some tea tree oil, so I turned the humidifier on for him. Awesome. Thanks for coming, you guys. We'll keep it short tonight. And when I get another haul like this, I'll pop up again. Thanks, Burkhalter. Thank you. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Hey, Uncle Kyle. Everyone that watched later on, thank you. And hope you're doing well, Uncle Kyle. Haven't had a chance to talk to you in a while. And no, I'm not allergic. Everyone's trying to say I'm allergic to them. It's all right in there. Thanks, Crabtree. Y'all take care, and see you next time. I got a video coming up on the house demolition across the street. And that's put your feet up and chill. I will. I can't get back out there and go Fatwood hunting until I get better, right? Peace, everybody. Take care.